Nobody on that road expected what they were about to see. Traffic moving in both directions, cars, speed, noise, and then one man stepped out, straight into the middle of it all, not running away from something, running towards something. Stay with me, because what he was running toward and what he did next is exactly why this video exists. They spotted it from the boat, a large osprey out in the river wings spread, struggling, unable to get itself out of the water. They drove the boat closer, dropped a piece of plastic on a rope hoping it would grab on and they could pull it to shore. It didn't work. One man got into the water, moved toward it slowly, arms out, and wrapped his hands around the bird. He started swimming toward the boat. The osprey grabbed the plastic with its feet. The man held the other end and tried to guide it toward the bank, but its grip slipped, and it threw one leg onto the man's arm. The talons went in. He didn't let go. His wife got into the water. She took the plastic piece, held it steady, and let the osprey step onto it, then slowly swam it all the way to the riverbank. They set it down on the sand. It stood there, caught its breath. Then it was gone. One of them had puncture wounds in their arm. They didn't mention it. In this next one, the man thought he was just going to rescue the baby. He had no idea what the mother was about to do. The baby deer had fallen into the pool, trapped under the destroyed cover, exhausted, soaked, terrified. The man lowered himself in, moved carefully, got his arms around the fawn, and lifted it out gently, slowly, the way you carry something you know is fragile. He set it down in the yard. It stood there, wobbly, catching its breath, and then the mother appeared. She walked straight to her baby, checked it, and then she turned toward the man, and she bowed her head. Like she knew exactly what he had done, like she wanted him to know she knew. He stood completely still, because some moments you don't speak through, you just receive them. And this little one just needed to get home, but she had no idea how to get there. She found it alone in the pool, just a tiny duckling with no mother, no siblings, no way out. She worked carefully to get it out gently, patiently, then placed it in a box and got in the car. She knew where the family was, and she drove it there. When she opened the box and set the duckling down, it didn't hesitate for even a second. It ran straight to its mother, straight to its brothers and sisters. It didn't look back. It didn't need to. That duckling will never know what she did. It will never understand the drive, the box, the care. It just knew suddenly that it was home, and that was everything. And this next rescue, nobody expected it to be this complicated. For something this small, she spotted the sloth in the water, just floating there slowly, confused, completely out of its element. She reached in and pulled it out carefully, this slow, gentle creature, and carried it to the nearest tree. She set it against the trunk. The sloth reached out, wrapped its long arms around the branch, and held on, back where it belonged, back where everything made sense again. She watched for a moment, then walked away. That was it. Sometimes the whole rescue is just putting something back where it belongs. And this man refused to leave until every single one was found. He found one puppy on the roadside, but he didn't stop there. He knew where there's one, there are more. So he started searching, checking every corner, every patch of grass, every shadow. One by one, he found them, got them into a cage, keep searching, found more. When he was finally sure he had them all, he opened a pack of food and they ate, like they hadn't eaten in days, like every meal before this one had been uncertain, like they couldn't quite believe that this time there was enough. He sat there and watched them, every single one of them. Safe. He had gone looking for one. He came back with all of them. And this man also stopped. For a family that was already together but desperately needed help, the mother dog was on the roadside with her babies. He saw them, stopped, got close slowly so she wouldn't be afraid. Then he opened his bag and placed food in front of her. She started eating, and the moment she did, the babies came in, all of them pushing in, eating together the way hungry things eat when they finally feel safe enough to stop watching for danger. He didn't try to pick them up. He didn't make it complicated. He just made sure they weren't hungry anymore, and sometimes that is the whole thing. But this next life was so small, most people wouldn't have even stopped. It was lying on the roadside, a baby squirrel, barely moving. He didn't pick it up with his bare hands. He used paper carefully so as not to cause more stress to something already terrified. He held it gently, arranged a soft bed for it, placed it inside. Then he got in his car and drove it to a hospital because this tiny life smaller than his palm deserved the same urgency as anything else. He treated it like it mattered completely because it did, and trusted him enough to drink from his hand. And this next one started as a bark and ended as a friendship nobody planned for. His dog wouldn't stop barking at something in the garden. He went to check, and there he had gone out to check on the barking. He came back with a new best friend. And now, the man you saw at the very beginning, standing in the middle of traffic. There was a puppy, alone, frozen in the center of the road. Cars moving on both sides were too scared to run, too small to survive what was coming. And this man didn't calculate, didn't wait, didn't look for a safer option. He ran straight in. He reached the puppy crouched down and stroked its head first, just for a second, just so it wouldn't be afraid of his hands. Then he picked it up, held it against his chest, and walked back through the traffic to the other side. He got in his car and he took it home. That puppy had seconds left. This man gave it a life. A firefighter who stopped in the middle of a burning forest to give water to something tiny and scared. A man who ran into traffic for a puppy that wasn't his. None of them stopped to ask if it was worth it. They just moved. If this video reminded you that goodness still exists everywhere, send it to one person who needs to see it today. And like this post if you love your pet the most. And if you want to see more interesting videos, then subscribe to our channel.